Welcome, everybody. My name is the Contrarian Bastard, and this is the first installment of the Sneik Talk podcast. Today we have Liger from N Duo. Please introduce yourself.
What's going on? This is like one half of Endure. Good to be on the premiere podcast right here with my boy Country and Bastard. So
And
gotta help a brother out, man. What's going
we
on?
have SK Massive. Say hello.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's SK Massive here, just tuning in, helping out my boy.
Well, the theme of this podcast is what are you expecting of the Switch in the near future? Like some features you would like it to have, some games you would love to see. That's what and we can talk about random topics now and then. So I'm gonna start this podcast by asking an obvious question. What did you guys think of the latest news of the Zelda DLC?
I'll let SK Master go first because he might be a more time constrained than me. Go ahead, SK.
All right. So my opinion on the DLC is right now at this point the first two maps. I mean, really and truly, I don't want to judge it right now because I don't know exactly what's there and what's not there. Everything is kind of vague at this point. But what I would say is just looking at the first two packages that is going to release the one that it released in March and the one that releases in the summer. Um, if I had to pay for that by itself, I wouldn't pay for that because there's nothing of value in there really for my style of gaming. But the holiday pack two, that's something that I would pay for because that is it's almost like its own little story section. It's like a continuation of the game. So I'm really all in all, I'm not a person that actually likes DLC, but I don't mind the DLC in the pack two of the DLC. So at the end of the day, I would get that DLC.
Yeah, I agree with you that the first two, the bonus pack and the pack one kind of sounds like a scam. The content is just not there for me. Oh, we have the Good Shepherd joining into the chat.
What's up?
Hello.
Yeah,
I'm about to run to the store.
got you. Well, let's go with Shepard. What do you think about the DLC for Zelda? They just it got announced, Shepard.
Actually, I barely got any details on that. I've been running around. My kid was sick, so we actually had
Oh
to
yeah,
go
yeah,
get his
yeah.
ear
I
digged
just
out
see
and
that.
stuff. Yeah, we keep getting ear infections. We found out that they didn't even put in the new ear tubes, so we might have to sue these bastards because
Yep.
there's supposed to be ear tubes in his ears right now. There isn't any. The doctor was like, "There's ear tubes in there? I don't see anything." I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I was like, "Yo, we spent a lot of money to get that put in."
Yeah, but it's
Anyways,
something we talk about.
uh,
Yeah, we talk after
so
that.
so anyways, yeah, another time. Sorry, I forgot we're live. Regards to the DLC, I really don't know any details. I just heard people ranting about it, but nobody specified outside of videos, and I haven't had time to watch any videos today. So could
Got
you,
you.
one of
Yeah,
you
because
guys do a quick rundown?
yeah, I just basically just did my video about it in a way. Basically, Nintendo just announced a expansion pack where you would have you have three sets right now. You have a bonus if you did a season if you get expansion pack like season pass really. If you get a bonus of three treasure chests that's on the you get March 3rd, which is basically the and one is items towards the useful items, clothing items, and also let me see because I can pull it up quick right here on my video since I had it up, since I had to pause right on that spot. But that's the you get bonus stuff. Then the first one that's coming in the summer, you're getting a you are getting uh, a map. You basically
How
get
much?
it's
How much
$19,
for what we're getting?
$20.
Okay, $20. Okay, and what's the content?
And that's what I'm trying to, that's what I'm trying to do. Give me a second.
Sorry.
That's what I was trying to do. So the content, okay, so I got it now. So the So the content is basically this. You have, like I said, you have a season, you have a expansion pass, and if you get the game at the beginning, if you buy the game first, you get it. You will have a expansion pack of, you will get a 3 treasure chests that you have to. I would think you have to find on the map. One of the treasure chests it has come on internet, Jesus Christ, really? It's like it's slow. Thank you. Phone one in the Great Product 2 contains useful items and includes exclusive in-game clothing. That's the bonus you get if you do the season pass. This is the season pass. DLC Pack 1 coming out this summer 17. Add a new Cave of Trials challenges, new hard mode, and additional map features. That's DLC Pack 1. And DLC Pack 2 coming this winter is a new original story, a new dungeon, and additional challenges. And that's
an additional $20 too.
No, that's the $20 for the whole thing. If you buy it, like
It comes for the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's questionable. That stuff should be unlockable. I mean,
the hard mode was just the hard mode was just a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah, that's not like hard mode should be automatic once you beat regular mode. I mean.
Or do like they did with the last one. You locked it with Ganondorf. You had the Ganondorf. You have those amiibos. Hey.
Aren't they saying that hero mode is already in the game at this point?
That's what I mean. I mean, Nintendo. I can't give you a pass on this one, Nintendo. It's not completely bad, but at the same time, it's like, really, guys.
Yeah, but from what I'm hearing, I could be wrong too. But from what I'm hearing is that there's already hero mode that is in the game. This mode is this hard mode is supposed to be like another mode. So I don't really know. To me personally, it feel like they're just giving just trying to make up the DLC pack.
I give you this.
We need more details because right now it doesn't seem viable. But I mean, Nintendo tends to give us our money's worth. So I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Either they're not giving us enough information, or this is really a new Nintendo, and I got mixed feelings about that.
Yeah, well, I'll say to the hard mode, like I said, and nobody knows with hard mode. I'm going with SK Massive, and I never said that either. All I'm saying is, I know if the hard mode is not the hero mode, if it is not, we already had a hero mode that you set up already. You have previous ways of doing it through beating the game, like Shepard said, or through the amiibos, like you did with Hyrule Warriors. Not Hyrule Warriors, Twilight Princess HD. You have that. So if it is an extra beyond like a lunatic mode, like how with a lunatic mode,
like a Dante Must Die mode from Devil May
Cry. Then okay, I'm with you, SK Master. I'm with you. But my thing, and again, like I said, I'm half and half on it because some of the stuff.
I need more information. It's
well, like I said. Like I said, my video goes off of what I played when I went to Nintendo Japan.
Now the map features, the thing is, I'm more curious because
that's what I'm scared of.
That's what I'm studying. How massive is this map? What is in the map itself? Is this on the official website?
No, you see, and the information vague. That's why I don't want to jump to conclusion because the information is so vague. And you know, at the end of the day, honestly, at the end of the day, it's all optional. So I mean, because originally the way I look at it, I mean, I guess people look at things differently. The way I look at it is like this, right? Unless there's a deadline on getting that DLC, I'm not gonna get the DLC until I finish the game, so that I could by the time I finish the game, then I would be ready for basically that new that new story that they're supposed to be added on. Yeah. So really and truly, the way I look at it is, I was gonna buy the game for what the game was originally. So anything else is almost like a bonus, but it's optional. So if I don't want to get it, I just don't have to get it. Yeah,
exactly. Well, I'm with you there, Bridget.
I have a question. Will the DLC be coming for the Wii U version or just the Switch?
No,
that's a good question. Is it for both, Ligo?
It's for both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Nintendo go do that just so.
But this is what like I said. So this is what I stated in my video. Like I said, SK just explain what he just said. I have no problem with options, but we've seen other people use that same excuse to other people who did horrible DLC. I don't want. My thing is, I do not want certain things to go down certain path. Now, again, I saw more stuff and played more Zelda Breath of the Wild. I know the story a little bit more than most people. So I'm going off of. I hope that they didn't. I'm going off of being cautious, but hopefully they don't really F it up. If they do, like I told, you heard me say, like that video I just did will be one or the two. If they really did take some stuff off, I will say they did. I'll be honest with you guys and put a video about it. If they did do that, I will be honest with y'all because I don't want. The part of my video that's saying is I do not want Nintendo to kowtow to the people who didn't buy the Wii U.
Like I have a question about that though. That last part you said, I have a question about that.
Yeah.
Is it actually the people that they're trying to please, or they're trying to do whatever meetings and stuff they had with these third party companies, asking them to do asking them basically to do things a certain way so everybody could be on the same level field? Because it feel like to me it feel like they're trying to I know it look like they're trying to get people do things that other companies are already doing, but at the same time you almost feel like because when Nintendo do stuff right, like DLCs and stuff like that, it seems like they're giving you real good value and they're making other companies look bad while doing it at the same time. I'm wondering if it's some kind of agreement or something that they actually agreed upon to do certain things so that everybody could be on the same field, so that everybody look the same instead of things being transferred a certain way. And in return, what that does is get the Nintendo fans them and that same mindset so that it could transfer into third party games and third party developers doesn't get a bad of a hit as they would
Okay,
get
So,
just
I'll
normal.
answer. I'll answer. I'll
your
answer
general
first.
theory is basically saying they made a deal with the third parties to kind of level the playing field for them too.
Yeah.
I would say two things to that. One, to be honest, I was not on a meeting on that level to say that. So you could be right. I'm not going to deny that. But when I walk through Nintendo and what I'm seeing all the stuff, I would say right now, I know a couple developers that's in EPD would be pissed if that happened. Because why would I gotta take down my quality for people who didn't for third parties that have been screwing us for over 10 years?
But haven't you noticed third parties want all three consoles to cater to their needs? I mean,
That's what's scary.
most.
Wait. But to be clear, it doesn't necessarily mean they're taking on the quality. They're just adjusting the options so they don't have as a massive disadvantage.
Okay, so I'll ask you this question.
Like
Shepard, 'cause I said this in my video. So if Mario Odyssey comes out and the usual like champions role and stuff they always do, the last four Mario games that did that, they put out behind DLC. What are you gonna say about that?
Now I'll complain about that.
That's bullshit.
That's right, China. When I said Nintendo, I was with you. But this year, I'm done.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I in my video I said it's an omen. I never said it's gonna happen. I just said I don't.
No, I understand what you're saying.
For the record, I'm just saying it's an interesting theory either way.
Yeah,
My concern is this: as long as they give me quality, I don't mind it.
Yeah, I have nothing against them. I didn't have nothing against the second DLC pack for the $20. I don't care for the price or whatever. I just like I said, it's an omen. I don't want them to, because going to what SKU just asked a question. What I'm saying is I know a couple of developers, when I was talking to them, they basically literally do not give a crap about Western third parties. They don't care. They hate them, really. When I walk into that building, they just didn't care for them. So if the top heads make a decision, and I mean, quality is not that the quality in game, but if you're gonna start nickel and diamond, or I didn't say nickel and diamond, piecing out something that should not be, like I said, I'm going with, like I said, after that. I give in my video the option that if they don't do this, that's cool. That's why I say I'll do a second video and leave it alone. I'm not gonna be like these YouTubers and got like 6-7 videos claiming the same thing. That's not me. I did that first one just to say, because that was a shock to me. I didn't saw that coming.
And that's why your channel gonna be forever small. You're supposed to smoke a dotish and do all kind of chocolate over the top videos
Whatever.
to pull in more
Whatever.
people.
I don't smoke anyway, so hell that.
No, remember to get views, you need to post videos like Nintendo raid my childhood in an angry face.
No,
Or
but I might, like I said, that's what some of
Exactly. Wait, did you say in your video at any point that Nintendo you ruined my childhood?
yeah. No, I did not say that, sir. I
Okay,
tweeted
that's a fail. You need to redo that video.
it. Whatever you ask. But my point
but
state.
I was going to plan something I noticed that could be linked to this exact thing. Haven't you noticed that the Xbox DRM was originally a third party idea?
Yeah.
Third parties have been poisonous to the industry since a long time.
Well, you're getting into my video series of behind the games, which I'm doing.
And
Since they broke away with PlayStation, third parties have been really getting away with a lot of crazy stuff, and they don't care who's in the path that they do wrong. They don't care.
Hey, and like you see, that's why I was telling you earlier that basically every single game that is out right now, especially on the other consoles, every single one of those games have some kind of DLC somewhere somehow.
No,
And
I got
most of
that.
those DLCs are bullcrap too, because I didn't even know, like, the game For Honor, they have a $40 DLC, and from what I'm hearing, it's a bunch of skins and different stuff like that.
Well,
S-
hell, look at Madden. You gotta buy the damn cards, which is basically people when they switch to the season and stuff. That's basically skins that you put in stats to.
Yeah,
Right?
NBA 2K have that too.
That's some
S-
bullcrap. Whatever.
Yeah.
SK, I had two words I had to say: horse armor.
Well, I mean, like I said, but here's the truth though. But let's go there. You just say NBA 2K. Here's the thing.
Yeah, you have.
If they had the game, and then they had a game, 2K17 just came out. Then 2018, they send you an expansion pack. I have no problem with that because you're not paying full price for a full game to go through that and then still give you the nickel diamond. I would cool with that.
Well, I've been
But they're
asking
not
for
doing
that for
that.
a while.
Huh?
I've been asking for that for a while, but they're
That's
not
what
going to do
I've been
that.
asking for that too. But I'm saying that I have no problem with. That's a cool expansion pack that people could use. I have no problem with that. CD Projekt Red for which you did some good. There are other people who are third parties that done good DLC. I'm not
Yeah, I have
against
the
it.
DLC. I have it
Yeah.
because I bought the game on PC on the Steam sale, and it came with all the DLCs for $25.
Yeah.
I have a question. What was the first, the first really bad DLC
That was
that ever have? Because most people say the horse armor DLC from Elder Scrolls. But I always been curious. What was the first bad DLC?
Dinosaurs that came out before Elder Scrolls.
Azure
Something. It has to be something that EA came up with.
Man, it could be
No,
Capcom.
Capcom
Capcom.
is worse
Oh,
than
Crapcom. Get it correct.
Capcom is the only
On
company.
this DLC, that is still legendary.
Capcom is the only company that hid the true ending of a game
No.
behind a paywall.
That's they didn't
No,
do
they're
it
not the
once.
only one. They're just one of the first ones to do that nonsense.
Yep, and they didn't do it once. They just did it just a while ago with Dead Rising 4.
Okay,
Hell.
Street Fighter is the worst for last year. I mean, because I thought all those other stuff they was giving out was free, but they changed the word and that they changed them out on that real fast.
Yep. But
Yeah.
it won't selling. See,
It's
that's
still
that's the next thing I was saying. Like, again, this is gonna give Nintendo money. I hope that the rich people, the top heads, don't get greedy with this shit. That's the next thing I'm gonna worry about. That they see the DLCs doing this, and they're gonna be like more hesitant to push. Like you just said, if it's a meeting SK, then they're gonna say, "Hey, let's." Because remember, 2 years ago, EA made almost $1 billion off of DLC and microtransactions only, not the games, just those itself. So I don't want them to get. I don't want because a lot of the people up in the meeting boards, they don't give a. Again, none of these companies give a damn. The headboards give a damn about us.
Sorry.
But the investors too, and
Yeah, no, that's what I meant. Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't-
All I
But
really
you-
want to
but-
say is they don't really care about us.
yeah, but you You know what I think they should do. All in all, because honestly, there's certain games that I've played in the past that I wish I could have continued on the story somehow, but they just never did, and sometimes they never even brought out another game in that genre of like a sequel or something to that game. So what I would like for them to do to just kind of keep things calm is if they have DLCs and stuff in mind, I think they should wait until like a couple months after the game launches. Um,
Not even that. They should give it a year. Oh gosh, let people break any damn game completely.
well, just to give it
They
a couple.
can't give it a year because most third,
No,
well,
no,
it's
no,
third
no.
party.
Actually, I take that back. I take that
Yeah,
back. But
because
also, you have
people
to
lose.
realize if it take too long, the enthusiasm for the game could die out too.
Yeah, so I would say
Yeah.
wait a couple months and then just announce it, but don't have anything to release like right that minute. Just let people know that it's coming. You know what I mean? I think that would ease it down because it seems to me like people just don't don't like the deal. Well, they say they don't like it. That's the funny thing about it is that people who
My
say they don't like it is the one that usually buy them.
my issue with
Oh,
that, and you already know, is that I have no problem with DLC. My situation, the way I look at it is, why the hell we getting DLC and the game not even out yet? And then,
Yeah,
I mean, how do I explain it? You already know where I'm going with this one.
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
mean, yeah, okay, I'll go leave that alone. Oh, you already know.
Okay, if I have to say, if we're gonna be straight up, will you asked for your question, Contrarian? Street Fighter 4 will be the one who had the worst DLC starting it off. Yes, Street Fighter 4 came out in 2008.
oh
Zero's
yeah.
Wrath came out in
Oh,
I never
2012.
got any of that DLC. But
My
hey,
oh,
God,
the
no,
skins, the skins.
Yeah,
like
Elder Scrolls came out in 2013.
I got caught on that twice, man. Street Fighter 4
Not
because I
me,
bought
So,
brother.
the
so
original one.
Capcom. So you finally confirmed my suspicion. Capcom is the father of bad DLC.
I
Yeah,
won't say father, but it's yeah, it was when it
they
started
were
to get crazy.
one of the predecessors. They were in the
Yeah,
top three.
yeah,
No,
because
they still are good Shepherd, by the way.
well, yeah,
Cap,
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's why I
Capcom,
call them Capcom.
Capcom can pull some really, really bullshit DLC practice.
Just like SK Master just said, remember they came out and because all they have moved within from now until and all until now, January now, they got a new numbers that just got revised, is 1,400,000. That's
You,
all they moved from since February.
you,
That's terrible.
you know what's sad that those DLC practice destroyed while it was my one of my favorite fighting franchise of all time, Street Fighter.
Yeah,
It
Street,
did. Although
this
yeah.
although they're smart, they slick. They're
No,
doing a
they
miniature
know
reboot
who.
with Ultra Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, but they know how to catch people with it. Like I said, okay, here's the thing. Street Fighter 4 came out, right? And it didn't came out for me. I'll say this. I bought it for my PC. I bought Street Fighter 4 on PC. Got the movie and everything that came with it. Played it, enjoyed it. When it started doing the whole skins and all that stuff, I was like, nope, not doing that crap. I'm not buying it. You locked it on on the disc, whatever. Okay, that's cool. That's all right. I
Skins
let it
should
go.
always be unlockable.
So when
I know.
I'll say this, I did double dip and bought Street Fighter for the 3DS because at the time, I bought it. I didn't. Like I said 3DS for the time, but I didn't buy the 3DS today. I bought Zelda first, then I bought the Street Fighter because it was the 3DS landscape was really, really like bone dry. I'm not gonna deny it. But seriously, they did the whole Street Fighter, Super Street Fighter, Ultra Street Fighter. I was like, geez, man, what the?
Man, listen, I got caught on that, man, because I bought
I
Street
only
Fighter
got the
4
Super Street
first.
Fighter. I didn't get Street Fighter or the Ultra.
No,
Street
I got
Fighter
the first
Ultra.
one. Super, the first Street Fighter 4. Then I got the Super Street Fighter, and then like 6 months after they announced the Ultra Street Fighter, I said, man, forget this crap. I sold both of them.
No, no, it was Street Fighter, Super Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, and Street Fighter Ultra.
Oh, damn, it was that much.
Wow.
I got
I
caught
just
on.
got Super Street Fighter
Oh,
4 and I left it
oh,
alone.
and get this, Street Fighter Ultra just featured characters that were in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. So it didn't have new character per se. They just passed the characters in Street Fighter Cross Tekken into Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, that wasn't nice. But and Capcom is a Japanese company too, so I mean they on that bull crap too. It's like I don't know, man. Like I said, I hope Nintendo don't get too deep into it. I'm gonna keep faith on them in them because I know that they
Like
try to be.
Nintendo, like Nintendo, just say no. They're trying to pass the split. Nah, man, the split not for you. Just say no.
At least Nintendo still pulls out great games. Look at Sega. You, you want an example of a company that fucked themselves too much to be safe? Sega is one of them.
Yeah, what
Watch
games
your
do they make?
flicking, my boy.
What do they make anymore? I'm not talking about Atlas and stuff like that. What does Sega itself make anymore? Because a lot of people talking about they want Nintendo to go the way of Sega, and I'm looking and I'm like, yo, Sega don't even do anything.
I'm still waiting for my Jet Set Radio sequel.
Oh, you could keep waiting. They forget how to make that.
That was my favorite Sega franchise. And after Jet Set Radio Future, the series is dead. That's all I
You,
can say about it.
you know what's so funny? I
Hmm.
never really was into like Sega and stuff like that. And the reason for that is because everybody back home, everybody was basically Nintendo. So there was a few guys that had Sega systems, but it was like hard to find, and we everybody were buying like the Super Nintendo and stuff like that because it was easy to trade around games.
Actually, I was like you. I was mostly a Nintendo. I had a Nintendo childhood, but when the 64 came, I played a Sonic Adventure 1 demo, and I forgot it was an old store and it's practically extinct by now. I think it was
Mm,
KB Toys, and
KB, wow.
I saw Sonic Adventure and I fell in love with the game and I practically did a tantrum to my dad until he finally bought me the Dreamcast and I played Sonic Adventure, Just a
I'm jealous.
Radio,
Yeah,
Sonic Adventure 2, and Skies of Arcadia, and Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and I fell in love with the only Sega console I ever had. The
yeah. I never had any. My brother had the Dreamcast, but he was in the military, so I would only play games when he came and he had but it was, I think it was SNK versus, no, it was one of those Street Fighter mix up that was crossed with another game on the Dreamcast, and he had a couple, I think he had Power Stone and some other game, but he mostly had fighting games. So I didn't really get into the Sega stuff until when they transfer couple of the games like Fantasy Star and Skies of Arcadia over to the GameCube, and that's when I noticed, man, I was missing some good stuff.
And Sega can actually make a graveyard of all the franchise they personally killed
Yeah,
because there's nothing left. I mean, nothing left of Sega franchise other than Sonic. And well, I love Sonic. I love Sonic Colors. I like Sonic Generations. The last two Sonic games were atrocious. That's all I can
yeah.
say.
I never really got into to Sonic games. I played a couple of them, but it's like, I guess is the run and gun nature of it. It's not really, never really. I was never really a fan of it. I more like me personally. I'm more into like action adventure games, like say like Banyata, stuff like that. JRPGs. Um, More of a fan of those turn-based style fighting games and stuff like that. That's really, and I like a lot of platformers too. But for some reason Sonic just never really drawed me in.
Well, for to each their own. But do you know what? I actually found Sonic. People say Sonic died after the Genesis, but I like the more older 3D Sonic titles like Sonic Adventure 1, 2, Heroes, and Unleash, and Colors and Generation were actually really good.
Yeah, Generation I'd like. Actually I have it on PC. That I actually like.
Which is sad because Generation was such a good game, but after Generation, Sonic has been in such an atrocious run of games. I can't recognize Sonic anymore.
Oh, I like the one on the Wii U. What is it called?
Uh,
The one that
Sonic Lost Worlds.
yeah, Last Worlds were pretty cool. He had a few issues like
I
camera
haven't
issues and
played.
stuff.
I haven't played that one. I should play it because I play Sonic Boom, but Sonic
Uh,
Lo- Sonic Lost World came in the time when Mario 3D Land was just three
yeah,
weeks away, and well, I chose Mario 3D Land.
yeah, I got both. Last was actually good. The one Boom. Nah, I wasn't even gonna waste my time on it.
No, Boom is terrible.
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, no, 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 no. I had too much options at that point, actually.
It's think about like a poor man's version of Ratchet and Clank, but glitch but broken.
Yeah, yeah. You know what it was? I looked at it and I was like, man, it just looked too blur. Like something was missing with it. Like it looked it was lacking enjoyment. You could just look at it and you see that that it just didn't had anything to draw you in.
It's just the game seems really rushed. I play it and it was really rushed. Like it could have taken like 2 years in development, more years in development. But
Yeah,
it's just like Sonic, the infamous Sonic '06. Sonic '06 is bad, but it had the potential to be a good game. But Sega just rushed that game. There was just an amateur move from Sega
but
to rush a game because the anniversary was that year. But why would you throw a broken down, a really broken down game for an anniversary game is beyond me.
well, that's all they've been doing lately for the most part. I mean, it's like, and that's one of the things that I don't, because it's like people look at certain things and they always talking about, man, why Nintendo just don't do like Sega and go third party. And I'm like, man, you guys really trying to compare Nintendo to Sega. I mean, Sega don't even do anything at all. I mean, what was the last game that Sega actually released that they actually made themselves and published themselves?
Well, remember the commercial that says Sega does what Nintendo don't?
Yeah.
They actually did. Nintendo still has most of their franchises.
Yep.
Nintendo is economically stable.
Yeah. And
And most of them, Nintendo hasn't screwed its mascot character to a point where it's barely recognizable anymore.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
So
Because
yes, Nintendo
what is Sega mascot right now?
Sonic.
Um, I won't even call him a Sega mascot anymore because he's more known for on the Nintendo side of thing than he would actually be on Sega side of thing at this point.
Well, yeah, you can say that about Mega Man too.
Yeah. So I don't even know, like they lost their identity. The funny thing about it is that everybody talk about Nintendo and they talk about and they talk about Microsoft and for whatever reason in bad lights and stuff like that, and praise Sony and some of these other companies. But the one thing the funny thing about it is that um Sony, you cannot even Sony doesn't have a mascot. To be honest with you, Microsoft, they have a mascot. I mean, Master Chief is their mascot, and you have you have everybody knows Nintendo mascot. And the funny thing about it is that Nintendo don't just have to present one mascot. I mean, they you could pick any of Nintendo four big
Link,
franchise, yeah, and you
Link,
could use any one of them as their mascot, because even though Donkey Kong is not as big of a game right now, Donkey Kong, if you put a Donkey Kong picture on this and take it and put it anywhere, you know that's Nintendo.
Yeah, look, what is Mario, Link, Donkey Kong, Kirby, Pikachu,
You
Samus?
you could even use Yoshi.
Yeah, even Yoshi is iconic. I mean, Yoshi was the first video game character I saw, so
Yeah, but
uh, at least for me, Yoshi can be as iconic as Mario at points.
yeah, well, guess what? My son is only 3 years old. My son only know I have all basically almost all the Smash Brothers amiibos. My son only know two of the amiibos, and the first one he knew was Yoshi.
And same with my little cousin. My little cousin, she's 8 years old, and
Yeah,
the only character she know is Yoshi, Pikachu, and Kirby.
yeah. So you see, so you could use any one of those as their mascot. So and that's just to show you the strength of their IPs. So when people say all these stuff, um, you know, they don't know what they're talking about. And the funny thing about it is that and this is one of the things, and this goes back to the whole Zelda stuff, right? Is people sit down and they listen, they especially on YouTube, and they think all this type of stuff, right? But what they don't understand is, yes, your opinion is, your opinion, you have a place to put your opinions, and your opinions to these companies is valuable. But the mass market that they sold to don't give a crap of what YouTube is really saying. And that's one of the reasons why when a game like Call of Duty comes out and you hear YouTube blow up over Call of Duty and they downvote it X amount of times versus how many times you get up votes, but then at the end of the year, Call of Duty turns out selling more than any other game that year, because guess what? The people that buy Call of Duty is the casual people that don't really follow gaming. So it don't really matter to. I mean, yes, if you could make the guys them on YouTube buy your game, it would give you more sales. But at the end of the day, the guys them on YouTube, they act like their
No,
opinion.
they act like their opinion is like a God stated fact, like constitution level fact that you cannot question.
Yes, exactly. And that's why you see, like, honestly, there's a lot of YouTube channels that I used to follow that I don't follow anymore, because when I start hearing people start saying stuff like well, you better do this or else I'm gonna do this, and I'm like, really? um and then they start acting like their opinion is the only opinion that matters. I'm like, okay, you know
No,
what, man?
and they like to state that if I don't like this game, nobody should like it.
Yeah,
Type of mentality. I've seen that a lot with anti-Metroid, the other M videos, where
yeah,
like they like to say, I like every Metroid title except this one. This one is terrible and nobody should like it.
yeah, and that's a false statement, because you can't do that. I mean, everybody have different likes and dislike and different stuff. You
Hell,
know,
hell, I say Sonic Boom is bad, but if there's somebody that like it, you can like it. It's just bad for me.
yeah.
Not
No,
bad for not bad. But like as I say, as I'm sorry I interrupted you,
no,
but
that's fine.
I have a philosophy that as long as a game is not broken, if you cannot call it either good or bad because that's up for interpretation.
Yeah, and that's true. That's true. Because how many people didn't like Wonderful 101? And that is one of my favorite games.
I love Wonderful 101.
Yeah. So now I got a question. What do you feel about the people that is because that's one of the questions I was trying to ask you in the chat on like a podcast, but there was too much going on the screen. What do you feel about the guys them that say that well, they're upset over this the DLC for Zelda, so they decided that they're just not gonna buy the game, and they're not gonna buy, if they was gonna buy a Switch, they're not gonna buy either because of some DLC that is actually an option.
The problem is most people are just waiting for an excuse to say they're not going to buy the Switch. Most of them weren't going to buy it. The people saying this weren't going to buy the Switch no matter what Nintendo were said. But I think people are kind of jumping on the gun because let's be honest, we don't know that many details about the DLC. Just what we know about the what Nintendo gave us is just vague at best. Like,
Yeah,
like I like I said, we don't even know that map feature was supposed to be. We don't know what the new story is going to be. We don't know what new trials. God knows if for all the crap we gave the first DLC pack, the trial mess end up being good and
But
enjoyable.
gentlemen, you have to realize one thing though. These people, these are the same people are the ones that wanted Nintendo to become like Sony and Microsoft because they got to keep up with the times. And
Yeah,
look, the, these people put Nintendo up to a different standard, and since they do something they try to cut off their heads just for doing it. This alone is proof.
yeah,
Hey,
it's true.
that's if you look at the comment section of that one Nintendo video, which Nintendo dropped off, the detailing about the DLC, g- it's cancer. Although you have some that are looking at this at a objectively, like we do, but not too many people take this in light.
but
Now, what's the ratio on it? What is the like to dislike ratio? Because I haven't even seen it.
Let me go check right now because the dislike ratio was above 3,000 and rising.
Yeah, a lot of it is just follow suit. People just following the trend.
oh, Renegade, you have to take into consideration this. I have been in most comment section from most Nintendo games, and most of them are pure cancer. I can
Yeah,
tell you that.
yeah, it doesn't matter what it is, really and
Especially the Pokemon and Zelda and Metroid fan base ones.
truly.
Oh
Those are
yeah,
the those three are the unholy triforce of Nintendo fan bases.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
They hate everything that the games do. They will look at anything in order to bitch and say the game is trash. I mean, some Zelda fans cannot get. I mean, Ocarina of Time is our good. It's our great game, but some Zelda fans cannot get over the fact that Ocarina of Time is old and we need to move on.
It's that sound
yeah.
like the Smash Brother fans.
All right. The like ratio is 18,229 likes over 10,958 dislikes. So those are
Wow.
that's the Zelda purist for you. By the way, are we live or something? Because I just see
Yes,
the
yeah.
icon.
Yeah, we're live.
Oh,
This is my first podcast.
oh, okay.
Uh, I'm debuting my YouTube channel.
Okay.
But you're welcome to everyone is welcome to post their opinions here. I want to keep this channel as a positive outlook for gamers everywhere. Because I'll be honest, the main inspiration for this channel is I'm kind of sick of this toxic behavior of the gaming community. It's gotten to a point where I've been told to kill myself over an opinion, and
Yeah.
Or
that
since you like Nintendo, we're considered corporate slaves or Nintendrones and whatnot. So feel free to
Yeah,
comment what you want.
yeah. You
oh
know,
I don't care.
you know what's so funny about it? Most
Yes.
of us have multiple consoles.
oh yeah, I have a PS4. I have a PS4, a PS3, a Wii U, a 3DS, a normal Wii, and soon to have a Switch.
Well, guess what? And I have a PS4, a PC. I had a Xbox One up to a couple weeks ago. I just got the rid of it because I haven't been playing it in months. So what I did is I end up just trading it in towards the Switch. I had let's see, I had 100 and I had owe 120 on it on the Switch, and no, I had owe $150 on the Switch, and I took the Xbox One, trade it in, and I was able to pay it off for the Switch, paid off for Zelda Wii U, paid off for the Pro controller, and
Yeah, you got
paid
everything
for
you
a couple
need.
of accessories.
Damn. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, look at the bright side. Your Xbox One's finally useful for something.
Yep.
Guys, to all of you that have been watching me, sorry about the kind of misleading title. It's just the Zelda news. I kind of learned it by Liger's podcast, and
Yeah.
it kind of derailed the entire podcast.
No, I mean, I understand how people feel about it. I understand that people have legit concerns about it. But, I mean, is anyone who has played any Zelda game, one of the weaknesses of The Legend of Zelda is that once you find all the heart pieces, do all the side quests, beat the game, there's like nothing to do after that. Like it literally, you just start a new game and see how far you can get before you hit the soft wall. And you know, you go and do a dungeon to get something that'll let you traverse the rest of the world. So like, I don't know about you guys, but I was always like, damn, they kind of need some they kind of need some post game content for a Legend of Zelda game.
And I agree with you. That's why I said the second pack sounds awesome. You know, extra story,
Yeah.
extra dungeons. I mean, that's what could we ask the Zelda fans? I mean, and it's not
Well,
like
this rectifies the only real flaw with The Legend of Zelda, in my opinion, is that once you beat the game,
It's done.
It's over. Yeah. I mean, it's like eating a really, really good meal, but once you get to the end, it's like, well, time to go. But now you can eat the good meal, and there's awesome dessert at the end, which is nice. So,
Well, you see the way I look at the package. I look at it as dessert came first, and the real meal came after.
oh well, I mean, I can see where you're coming from, but I mean. Like, I understand people's concerns, but I mean, thus far, and I'm not saying, I mean, aside from Smash Brothers DLC, but thus far, Nintendo with DLC hasn't really bent anyone over and just rammed it in with no lube. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. No, the reason why
I mean, so
a la
the
Capcom
reason why I
style.
say that, the reason why I say that is because the first pack isn't good. I don't care about the first pack, but the second pack
no.
is what I really want.
Well, I mean, the stuff, I mean, it comes in 3 parts. The first part is just like some little bennies for you giving them $20 for and here's the thing. I mean, this is an expansion from what I've heard. It's an expansion versus just normal DLC. And like for older gamers like us, we remember when expansions, especially on PC, meant like you had a full game, $50, $60 game. You spent 40, 30, 40, 50, 60 hours on the game. And then you were like, I think I've pushed this game as far as I can. I've leveled up my character. I've done everything I want. And they're like, oh, we have a $20, $30 expansion where we add 30, 40% more game. If Nintendo is taking that model as to how the type of content they'll be providing in this thing, I'm okay with it. If they aren't, then I'm gonna have to be a little suspect.
Remember World of Warcraft function like that. World of
Oh,
Warcraft
yeah.
expansion packs that cost like a full game.
Well, I mean, there were a lot of games back in the day that had that. World of Warcraft, StarCraft. People always, for the longest time, people called StarCraft 2 Brood War, but Brood War was an expansion for StarCraft, and it literally was an entirely new game. And that's what we were used to. You had that game. You had Elder Scrolls Oblivion. You had Doom. You had Duke Nukem.
Elder Scrolls,
These had expansions, yeah.
as the Elder Scroll had on expansion pack too. I forgot the Crazy King expansion.
Yeah, that was the Shivering Isles.
The Shivering Isle. The Shivering
I
Isles.
mean, and that was literally like 20, 30 hours of extra content on top of the 80-hour game. So, I mean, if they're adding that type of content to this, I'm not going to be like, well, it's. I mean, okay, if they were trying to nickel and dime people the way Smash Brothers DLC is, I would be like, you know what, fuck these people.
And
But
you know the sad thing, people are complaining more about the Smash Bros. DLC about the Zelda DLC more than they ever complain about the Smash Bros. DLC.
and the Smash Brothers DLC was not fair. I'm sorry, because they did a tabulation, and basically the Smash Brothers DLC, like the actual base game for Smash Brothers is $60. The extra DLC was like $73.27 or some shit like that. I'm like, that's ridiculous, you know. And here's the thing. I'm not going to blame Nintendo for that. That's Namco Bandai, because you look at the other shit Nintendo has had DLC for. They didn't have ridiculous prices like that. So, you know.
Yeah, the Mario Kart was really good.
Yeah, I mean, that was what, $13.99?
Yeah, Hyrule Warriors were good too. I paid for that too. So
yeah, so you know, it depends. It depends how they're going to handle it. You know,
yeah,
if they do it wrong, I'm going to be mad. But I mean, like I said, Nintendo has earned my trust on a lot of shit because they have years of doing it right. So I mean, maybe now, but hey, look at the bright side, SK. They're getting with the times. They're getting with the times, y'all.
I have a question. I
already said that.
have a question for each and every one of you. Do you think this will affect the Switch sales in any way?
Not
No.
really.
No.
People are still gonna buy it
No.
anyway, regardless what they say.
Because
No, anyone who makes a fucking video saying Zelda Breath of the Wild has expansion content, therefore I'm not going to buy the game, or I'm not going to buy a Switch and the game for the Switch or whatever, they're lying their asses off. Okay, I'm sorry, that's bullshit.
yeah, because I see a game with a similar hate campaign. You know the infamous Metroid Prime Federation Force. And that game suffers sale-wise because of that. It's just a small worry of mine.
Federation, well, I mean, you have to remember, the fan base for Metroid Prime is different than the fan base for
From the Switch.
than for Zelda. No, they're two completely different fan bases. Like Zelda fans, like the art style of Zelda can change, and a Zelda fan doesn't give a shit, because you can see that like Zelda went from cartoony with Wind Waker to Twilight Princess to more stylish. Okay, who's playing Golden Sun? And if you are, please turn it down a little bit, because we can hear. But which one are you playing? The second one or the first one?
No, I'm trying to get the password to transfer the data.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was bullshit. That was bullshit. I mean, if they redid that now, they should just let you upload your save to the cloud and then just download your save to the next game, and because that password was ridiculous.
But I don't. That's the only reason why I asked that question. I'm sorry if it was kind of a stupid question. It's just more of a fear, because I've seen. Let's be honest. Almost every game Nintendo announces now gets some kind of hate campaign, like
controversy.
Well, not really. Not really. Mario. No one's hating on Mario Odyssey because it's what everyone wants. They want a 3D Mario game. No one, like, even though people are grumbling about the expansion, you don't have to buy it. It's not crucial to the game. It's just.
I'm talking about the last releases Nintendo has done. I mean, Paper Mario Color Splash had a huge ass hate base. I
mean, yeah, but the people who played it enjoyed it. Like people talk shit about it, but when they played it, they were like, "Oh, this is actually a pretty good game." So, I mean, I think it just boils down to, like, core franchises tend to get more of a pass than. Not like the top tier core franchises. So your Mario, your Zeldas, your
Pokemon.
Well, Mario and Zelda. What?
Mario, Zelda, Pokemon, and
Mario, Zelda, and Pokemon are like core Nintendo franchises, so they get more of a pass than, say,
your second. Does Kirby count as a core franchise?
It's like second tier. See, I'm thinking in tiers. Like top tier is your Mario, your Pokemon,
Yeah,
your
because
Zelda. Like,
those are the
Smash.
million sellers. Oh, Smash,
well,
Smash.
Smash is an amalgamation because Smash crosses. Smash has characters who are top tier, mid tier, low tier. Like it crosses the entire spectrum. But even people bitch about Smash. Like Smash is an event. It's not like Smash is more than just a game. It's an event. It's a once per generation. Oh shit, this is really big. Which is why I really hope they don't re-release that shit on the Switch. But if they do, they better have all that fucking DLC, motherfuckers.
No, but the Smash fan base is completely atrocious. I believe me. I met some Super Smash Brothers fans, and
Yeah, but I mean, they're Smash Brothers fans and then they're Melee fans, and those are two completely different things.
So
Like,
it would lead me to assume that you encountered the Melee fans, if I'm not mistaken. Which
yeah, you didn't have Smash Brothers fans. You had Melee fans.
That's
Because here's how you know a Melee fan, okay, versus a Smash fan. A Melee fan plays Smash Brothers Brawl or the original Smash Brothers or Smash 4, and they're like,
Project M.
they say it doesn't play like Project M or it's not that good. Oh wait, I have to qualify something. Before you guys talk shit about me, the girlfriend left like 30 minutes ago, so
Huh?
the girlfriend left 30 minutes ago, so I had some time to kill.
That's nice. Happy Valentine's Day,
What?
people with
Oh.
girlfriends, and happy Single Awareness Day to people.
People who don't have girlfriends. I don't know what to say to you. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Hey,
Hey, I have listen. I have more money in my pocket, so I can't complain.
Don't pull that, man, because I guarantee I probably got more money in my pocket than you, and I have a girlfriend and a house and a car and all that shit. So don't pull the, well, you spent money on them. Look, if you love someone, you don't mind taking them out to dinner, buying them dinner, getting them a card.
I don't know.
Plus my birthday. My birthday was last week, so literally my girlfriend gave me a gift last week. This week I gave her something. So I mean,
I just don't understand why you need a mandatory day to tell somebody I love you. Isn't that sort of a daily thing?
You don't. You're right. That is a daily thing. But Valentine's Day, you better do something. It's like Mother's Day. Really, you should tell your mother that you love her as often as you should. You should tell all the people in your family that you love them, unless they're fucking assholes. But I mean, Mother's Day, you better do something. Shit, you better do something for your mother, goddamn.
all I can say is this: I'm single and I'm proud.
Yeah, good for you.
Same.
Let me put it this way: there's things that my girlfriend can do for me that when I was single I couldn't do for myself. And yeah, fuck that shit. People who are single want to glorify being single because they ain't got nobody. It's great. Yeah, I love being lonely.
That hurt my
No,
feelings.
there's a difference between being alone and being lonely. So, some people
I
don't
don't
mind being
feel-
alone.
I
I
don't.
don't feel lonely.
It's
That's the
like
thing.
people with kids.
I don't feel
Whatever
lonely.
helps you sleep at night. It's like people with kids want other people to have kids so that they can be miserable too. Like, yeah, kids are great. My life really changed. No, that's okay. I prefer to be a young professional couple that have money and can afford to do shit.
Amen to
What you want
that.
to do. Thank you. But kids, they're so wonderful. No, they aren't. Although I will say this much though, if you do have kids, you must really love them because it takes a massive amount of love to change someone's shitty diaper. That's love for your ass right there. Either that or you're getting paid for it. like that's how much your parents loved you. They changed your shitty diaper and wiped your ass. That's love. It's easy. It's easy to watch a kid, but I mean, I have nieces and nephews like that are babies, and I'm like, I don't want to change this little fucker's diaper. I don't have that level of love for them.
I personally find children annoying, so I never been interested in having a kid. So I kind of get
It
where you're
depends
going.
on the age. It depends on the age. I don't like babies because they don't really do anything except shit, piss, and eat. But once they get to where they can have fun, like play, they're kind of fun. Because like I have a cousin who he came to my house when he was like 6, 7 years old, and we just sat down and we played Wii, and it was fun as hell. You know, like we just had fucking fun. And, you know, I took him to the movies and we went, I mean, you know, but I mean, there's a difference between being like the relative that it's not your kid, but like a relative versus your kid, because you can't do like your parents need to be parents, you know, like, are you fucking up? No. Good.
But I wanted to stay with the title, the Nintendo Switch expectations. I want to tell you guys what games do you really want Nintendo to make for the Switch? I mean, or any company, either dead, you know, games from a franchise you haven't seen in a while, or
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you 5 games that range the gamut from first party to second party to third party games that just haven't really been seen in a while. From Nintendo proper, I want to see a custom Robo.
Oh yeah, I used to love that scene.
Well, I have the game on Game Boy Advance, DS, and N64, and I want like the Japanese version, and I have the GameCube one, and I want to see it brought back because it was a nice niche franchise. But with the technology that we have now, like I would reimagine it as kind of like a take on Mega Man Battle Network, except instead of how in Battle Network they had like action RPG battles where you like, you know, you move around on the grid and shit. You go into a Coliseum and shoot the shit out of like enemies, like bosses and stuff. I think that would be a really cool thing.
Yeah, I would definitely dig a Battle Network style custom Robo.
Yeah.
Contrary Bastard, thank you for having me. Sorry, something came up and I have to take, and basically this was I didn't take care of it. And
man, we know what it is. Peace. it's Valentine's Day, man. Peace.
I'm doing stuff. I'm doing stuff for houses that we got tomorrow, and it just came up, and I got to do stuff for my boss. So
you do what you got to do.
Liger, thank you very much for your help. I really appreciate it.
No problem, man. No problem. Like I said, it's cool. I sent a link. I hope you get a lot of views. And like I said, these guys are here now. They know who you are, so you could be a part of the crew in the rotation of podcasts that we could join and talk stuff. That's all it is, man.
Yeah, I wanted to be part of this community for a while.
So it's cool. It's a cool community, man. We talk games, we have fun, we talk shit sometimes, but hey, it's all cool. But like I say, thank you for having me on, man. I'll catch y'all later. Peace out.
Thank you. Bye, Liger.
Peace out.
This game is so damn good.
You know a game I want to see, but it's third party, but knowing the company that owns it, I have little to no faith it will ever happen.
Is this a Konami game?
No, a Capcom game. Is
okay.
Darkstalkers, the Darkstalker 4. I love the Darkstalker series. I'm a huge fighting game fan, and
I like the first 2 Darkstalkers. The third one, the revamp they did, I wasn't too happy about.
Well, Darkstalkers 3 is mostly. I don't know if there's a Darkstalker 2 because I only play like the first one where the final boss was Pyron, and my favorite one, the one where the Jedi is the final boss.
Well, I mean, the first one is Jeddah, and the second one is Pyron. The third one was like this weird ass thing that came out on I want to say the PS2, towards the end of the PS2's life in arcades. I wasn't too happy about that one myself. And then they tried to do that weird ass remake I think 2 years ago. Capcom did, and it didn't do that well.
Darkstalker, the Dual Tower, the Tower something. There's a remake.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know that was a remake. I just know it didn't do that well.
Oh, because that's of all the franchise Capcom killed, that was like the one that hurt me the most because they actually did have it on the production and they just canceled it because supposedly people were not how do I? It wasn't trendy enough.
That it came out, it just didn't sell well. Like literally, they just it came out and it just like I think it sold like maybe I don't know, like 50, 60,000. And I mean, like the thing is that Capcom can only focus on maybe 2 or 3 franchises at one time. Like nowadays, they can't remember back in the day where they'd have like Final Fight, Street Fighter,
Oh,
Darkstalkers,
Capcom used to be godly. I mean, I
Ruined Earth, Breath of Fire. Like Capcom had an answer to everyone else's shit. They had some version of their own shit that was like it. Not anymore. Like
in the earlier days of the PlayStation 1 and 2, Capcom. I used to hold Capcom into the same standards of Nintendo in terms of my favorite gaming companies. That's how much I used to love Capcom shit back in the day. Devil May Cry was probably one of my favorite franchises ever, and it was in the PlayStation 2 days. And well, Capcom now is, how do I say, it's like a shell of the former selves.
well, yeah. I mean, personally, like I said, I would like to see a new custom Robo, but from Capcom, I'd love to see a Breath of Fire. And no, the mobile game thing they released does not count. I mean, a real Breath of Fire. Because I know 5 was a piece of shit, but yeah.
I never played Breath of Fire, so I had
Well, it's an RPG. The first 2 were on the SNES. The second 2 were on the PlayStation, and the last one, Breath of Fire 5, was on the PS3, and it was a piece of shit. So no, the PS2, and it was a piece of shit. So it tanked the franchise because it was so bad. So they never went back to it. Now officially they said we can't compete with other RPG makers, but the thing is that it doesn't you don't have to spend a large amount of money to make a Breath of Fire game.
And the sad thing is that the PS2 had Final Fantasy X, which was amazing in his time. So he did have stiff competition to be such a mediocre game.
Well, I mean, it tanked the franchise because it wasn't anything like the other Breath of Fires. It wasn't turn based. Well, it kind of was. It was like a strategy game, and it had a few of the tropes of Breath of Fire, but not really. It was just really weird. I just came in to say hello. You're invited to come to any of my podcasts. I followed you, so if it's on Saturdays, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I think I'm going to end the podcast here.
Yeah.
Thank you all for coming. I'm going to follow you all in Google Plus so we can stay in contact. I may drop into some of your podcasts too.
All right.
Thank you for helping me my first ever edition of Sneik Talks. I'm still on UV and YouTube, but I'm thinking of dropping less plays, more podcasts, and focus on other content as well.
Okay, then. Just want to say I'm glad you decided to wade into the pool and have fun. Peace out.
And so, guys, this is Sneik Talks, and I see you guys later.
Peace.